What's good, my peeps? Calvin B back with another video for you guys today. And in today's video, well, we are RGB'd up. Alright, we RGB. that was corny, but today we're gonna be doing a review of course, the iconic RGB color changing 3-piece gaming set. Now, in this video, we're going to be going over every piece of this setup and showing you guys what it can do, what the capabilities are, and a little bit of how it compares to the other gaming sets that I have. Now, there will be a separate video for each of these, which to go into more detail about that, in the beginning of the year I was talking about doing a video series called Tech versus Tech. Without further ado, if you guys happen to enjoy videos like this, make sure you slap a like on this video. Of course, after you watch the video, make sure you subscribe for more content because you don't want to miss out at all on any of these videos. But make sure you turn on those post notifications after you subscribe, so that way you're notified every single time I upload a video. Also, follow me on social medias because I do post pictures and everything on Instagram and also Facebook. So follow me on those. Links for those will be in the description. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this video. Alright guys, so this portion of the video is to show you if this iconic pro gaming headset can connect to the PlayStation 4 and work properly. Now, I'm doing this live, so you guys will find out and I will find out at the same time if these works and if these work or not. Just disregard the message over here. This TV is pretty old. But let me go ahead and say that for these, the USB on these on this headset, I keep saying these headsets, but this headset is actually used for the LED panel, so it does not affect the audio at all for the headset, and that's just that. You'll use that if you want to pretty much make the headphones light up. In regards to the headset, the audio and the microphone is actually split between two different lines. So as you can see, it goes into two different lines. Now, it depends on if you're going to use the Y-split or not. That depends on if you want to actually use the microphone on the PlayStation 4 or not. If you do, then this is how you do it. But I'll show you both ways and pretty much how it actually works. So let me go ahead and get this and plug this up. We're gonna basically use the microphone first, and as you can see up here, the microphone that is for the headset is going to be used. And I'm just gonna go ahead and put these on, and just so you guys can see this actually really quickly, I'm gonna plug up the headset, and there you go. All right, so this is the LED panels. Now, contrary to popular belief of the instruction manual, I like that. Contrary to popular belief of the instruction manual, these LED panels is not changing. They don't change. They're static LED lights for both sides. So even if you turn up the volume or lower the volume, which actually the volume knob is right here. I forgot to say that before, but even if you turn up and down the volume, the LED panel is not going to change at all. So that's that. Let's go ahead and get into setting this up. All right. So we're going to go ahead and press the PlayStation button. Go to Sound and Devices. And of course the volume is going to be all the way up. For these output the headphones, we're going to leave that to all. We're going to go to adjust microphone, and as you guys can see, as I'm talking, the bar is moving. Now, depending on this mic, well, actually this mic is adjustable, so depending on if you have it close or far away from your mouth is going to depend on how high or low the microphone level is. So this looks pretty good to me, and that's fine for me. So I'm gonna go ahead out of that, and I'm gonna unplug this from here. All right, Now I'm gonna leave this in, but I'm just going to take off this Y splitter. So as you can see, Y splitter is there. Just toss it down. Toss it down again. But I'm going to plug this. I don't know if you guys can see in the corner of the screen here. I'm gonna plug just the audio in. Now, of course, with these headphones, you're gonna probably need a longer cord, but I'm just gonna unplug the USB cable. There you go. I got the audio in, and I can hear the PlayStation sounds. Let's see if I can get that. All right. So I just put the headphones on, you guys, and you can hear, hopefully, the PlayStation home screen music. But that is how you use the Iconic Pro Gaming headset with the PlayStation 4. Like I said before, I have a PlayStation Slim or PlayStation 4 Slim. But yeah, it should work as long as you're able to plug this into the headphone jack of the remote. Alright guys, this is the sound test for the Iconic RGB Pro Gaming headset. Testing, 1 2. Testing, 1 2. Let me know how I sound in the comment section below. Alright, so this portion of the video is going to be pretty quick and simple. I had already did a audio sound test for the microphone. Now it's time to do the audio sound test for the actual headphones to see how they're going to sound when you actually have them on your head. So let's go ahead and put these on. I already have a audio file queued up, ready to go. So I'll explain what I hear and let you guys know my honest opinion about these. And just so you guys know, there is a volume knob on the left side of the headphones. I can hear myself talk a lot. So these are not really going to be noise canceling headphones. Alright. See how the bass sounds. Okay. Alright. So let's see. We got the 1 minute sound test. Almost there. Alright. That is 1 minute. That is the 1 minute sound test. That's all these headphones get. So, starting out, alright, the volume levels for these headphones are not that loud. Like, they're not loud, but they're not quiet either. The volume levels is kind of sort of in the middle. Like, they could be louder, and it just doesn't reach that point. Now, these are not noise canceling headphones at all. Like, I can hear myself talk. I'm pretty sure if I had like a video going outside of these headphones, like on my phone or something like that, I would be able to hear it. Now, of course, the bass is not going to hit as hard because the volume levels is not loud. But overall, these, I would say, these are labeled as gaming headphones. And that's what you're going to usually or mainly use these for. These are not going to be any type of music listening headphones. You can probably, use these to make calls and stuff like that if you still have a headphone jack or a dongle for your phone. But these are not going to be music listening headphones. You could if that's the only thing you have, but just leave it as gaming headphones. Use it for phone calls or Skype calls or what have you. But that's just my honest opinion about these. Let's move on to the mouse. Alright guys, so we got the mouse all plugged up. Now it's time to go into detail about what this mouse can really do. Now what I want to do is show you guys this manual right quick, because it does give a lot of information about what the product can actually do. And the reason why I want to show you guys this is because if you look here, there we go, if you look here, there's actually 8 buttons. The box actually says that it's a 7-button mouse, but it's an 8-button mouse. And if you guys want to count, all right, if you guys want to count, you have the left button, right button, scroll, and then you can also click the scroll wheel. You got the DPS plus and minus button. You got the forward and back button. That is 8. That is 8 right there. You got 4 sets of buttons. But I find it pretty cool because this mouse here, the one that I rant and rave about all the time, is a 7-button mouse. And as you can see here, if I can get it to focus, very simplistic design. It's got some smudges on it. Of course, you got the right, left. You got the DPI control. That's 1 button that actually switches between each one, sort of cycles through it instead of being a modular setup like this one. The scroll wheel, and then you also have the left and right buttons. Now, it's crazy because this is a wired mouse. This is a wireless mouse. If this one here, if the Iconic Pro Gaming mouse was a wireless mouse, this would be a beast. So if I go ahead and change the DPI, let's say we want to go to the lowest DPI setting, and that's going to actually be red. The reason why it's not changing is because it's already at the lowest DPI setting that it can go. Now for the lowest setting is going to be red. If we go up 1, it's going to flash. Based on how fast it's flashing is based on how fast the cursor will move. So the second level is actually green. So the slowest setting is 800 DPI. The second fastest is, the step up is 1600. Going up 1 is blue. That's going to be 2400. And up to the max, that's going to be pink, which is going to be 3200. Now it goes in increments, so 800 is 1x, second level is 2x, 3x, and 4x. So that's that. Now also in the manual, if you don't want your LEDs on for this mouse for some reason, you can always turn it off. Now what you do is you press the forward or back button on this, and then the DPI up. All right, as you can see. Now if I wanted to, that red light is just the red light that's coming from the bottom. If I press the back button and then the up, then it turns it to that. As you can see, it turns it on and off. And it's interesting because I can actually change, it seems like I can change the color based on what I actually hit. But, or it cycles through the colors anyway, but that's how you pretty much turn on and off the LED. And the DPI settings, of course, as you know, red, green, blue, and pink. There you go. So in this portion of the video, we're going to be taking a look at the DPI settings and how the mouse cursor is affected by the changing of the DPI settings. Now, as I stated before, the lowest DPI setting is 800, which is red. And as you can see, the light blinks the slowest. So you take a look on the black background that I have, you can see the mouse cursor moving, and this is how much I am moving the cursor to go all the way across this black canvas. Now we're going to change it up to the 1600, which is green, and as you can see, not as much movement, but we're getting way across the black canvas. Moving on to the 2400, that's blue. As you can see, barely moving it, but getting way across the canvas. It seems like the speed of the cursor kind of jumps very, very high. So we got 1x, 2x, 3x. This is the green, or the blue, I mean to say. And now we're going on to pink, which is 3200. And as you can see, barely moving it, but it's reaching all the way across the screen on the black canvas. This is crazy. All right, and that is the DPI settings. Now, what I want to state before we move on from this is, when I said these DPI settings on this mouse, on the Iconic gaming mouse, is modular, what I mean by that is you're able to add or subtract the DPI from this. But on this 7-button wireless mouse that I have, this DPI setting button, it cycles through. So you may get to the max level, but it resets to the lowest DPI setting if you continue to cycle through. Whereas on this Iconic gaming mouse, if you reach the max, that's the highest you can go. If you reach the minimum, that's the lowest you can go. There's no cycling through the DPI settings. But that's pretty much about it for the mouse. That's everything that it can do. Let's go ahead over to the keyboard to see what the keyboard has to offer. Alright guys, and last but not least is going to be the Iconic Pro Gaming Keyboard review. Now this one I have the Level Up, I almost said Iconic again, but Level Up Pro Gaming Keyboard in the back, just for size comparison. And also I did tell you guys that I had seen some things that I was disappointed about when I was checking out the keyboard in the unboxing video, and I'll show you guys that in a second. But firstly, let's go ahead and move that back, and let's go ahead and plug this keyboard up. Alright, and as you can see here, let's go ahead and turn off this light. So now that we got the keyboard all plugged up, we're going to go ahead and turn off the lights to take a look at what the keyboard looks like in darkness. Now I know it may not be complete darkness, but it's going to be close enough. So let's go ahead and turn this light off, and as you guys can see, here we got the Iconic Pro Gaming Keyboard. As you guys saw in the unboxing, the color spectrum for this keyboard is amazing. You can see the gradients through each color. You can see the green with the yellow at the top, orange, red. Now it looks like if you kind of look here, you got the green here. It kind of does like a triangle effect, and then up here is yellow in this area, and then down here is the orange. Up here, kind of sort of like that, is going to be the red. Over in this section is going to be the purple, and then of course over on the other side is going to be the blue. But the gradients for the color spectrum on this is crazy amazing. I like that. What I want to kind of point out, what I pointed out in the unboxing video, is actually you cannot see the keys. If you watched my Level Up Pro Gaming Keyboard unboxing and review video, then you'll know that for that video I actually praised them, because right now if I was typing, I would most likely have to memorize where every key is, and if I can't really see it, then that's just too bad. More than likely you're gonna have your monitor on anyway, but if you're one of those people who are learning the keyboard, this is not really working out for you. All right, so let me actually show you guys what I mean in regards to the Level Up Pro Gaming Keyboard. If I plug this up here, let's go ahead, and we'll also see a lighting test here for how bright the other keyboard is. All right, so as you can tell, right, as you can tell, the lighting for the Iconic Pro Gaming Keyboard is way better, right? Way better than the Level Up Pro Gaming Keyboard. Now, as you can see here on the Level Up Pro Gaming Keyboard, you can see all of the letters, all of the numbers, even the Level Up branding of the keyboard. That is something that I really did like about this. At the bottom of this keyboard, one good thing about this keyboard is that it actually has a dedicated button for turning on and off the lights. So as you can see, if I press that one button, then it's all good. For the Level Up Pro Gaming keyboard and also for the Bytek keyboard, you actually had to press the scroll wheel and all that stuff. Well, for the Level Up Gaming keyboard, you actually could use the FN button to actually do different stuff, but for this, there's one dedicated button. So before I go ahead and get more in detail about the different functions that this keyboard has, as you can see here, there are a lot of different functions that you can use. Pretty much the media function keys, which we're not really going to focus on. You can pause the video and look at that. The main thing that we're looking at is going to be down here at the bottom, where it shows us how to actually change the brightness level for this keyboard. Now, unfortunately, this keyboard does not have a lot of the functions that the Level Up Pro Gaming keyboard has, but overall the color spectrum is what gets you. Is probably what you might like about this keyboard. But what we're going to do is we're going to hit the FN button and then page up and down. So if we do page down, we can turn the backlight keys off, or the backlight off. And let me go ahead and turn this off. All right, so we got the FN button held down. We got, this is pretty much max brightness. And then we're gonna go down 1, 2, 3, and it's pretty much 4 brightness levels for this. But that's pretty much about it. That's all you really get with the keyboard. That's all the functions it really has. It doesn't have any different color patterns for it. It doesn't have any of the other functions that the Level Up Pro Gaming keyboard has other than changing the brightness. Overall, that's pretty much about it. Alright guys, so that is pretty much about it for the rundown of the Iconic Gaming Combo Kit. Now, of course, I'm not going to hold this thing throughout the whole video because it's just too big. It's going to take out the whole screen. But for this, I'm going to be giving my final verdict for this gaming combo kit. Now, I know that this was a gift, but I will be giving a review for this product. So I know usually I don't like to give reviews for gifts, mainly because I don't want people to think that I'm judging their gifts. But this is for you guys. This review is for you guys, so just in case you want to purchase this or you want to take a look at this, then you can. Alright, so before we go ahead and get into the review for this, I want you guys to take a look at this box and remember this phrase, color changing. Alright, remember the phrase color changing. That indicates that the LEDs or RGB for these products are color changing. Alright, starting off with the headphones. Alright, that's what we looked at first. And to be honest, the audio quality of the headset itself, what you hear when you put them on, it could be louder. Alright, the audio quality in terms of bass and highs and mids is decent. Alright, it's not going to be a rock your head type of bass, but it is going to be bass. When they say extra bass, they're saying extra bass for the audio levels. All right, if the audio levels were higher, then that bass would hit harder. I'm not gonna lie on that. That bass hits, but if the audio quality or the audio levels were higher and it was louder, then that bass would hit you. All right. The audio quality for the mic itself is decent. It's better than a lot of the other headsets with mics that I've had and used before. So that's all good. As far as the LED panel, all right, the manual here, all right. So the manual, it says that it is labeled as the LED panel, all right. So it's not an RGB panel, and you can. It might be a little petty, but on this, even on this manual, all right. I dropped the manual, but even on this manual, right, it says color changing. It does not change. The color on this LED panel does not change. All right, but on this it shows something different. The marketing for it is off. It's not color changing. There's no indication in the manual on, even if there was a color changing setting, there is no way in the manual that shows how to change the actual LED lights on the headset. So that's points off for that. All right, it might be petty. It's an LED panel. It's not an RGB panel. It's a difference. LED is like static. RGB is like color changing. In my opinion. All right, but moving on to the second thing that we looked at, which was the mouse. This mouse in this combo kit is beastly. All right, it's beastly. If this thing was a wireless mouse, I guarantee you this thing would be a beast. All right, so we looked at the color changing feature on this. That was the first thing we saw for this mouse. That is actually color changing, right? When it says color changing on the mouse booklet, it is color changing. It changes colors. It cycles through the colors. Now, in terms of like the mouse itself, it has a nice design. I really like the design. The fact that it actually has 8 buttons as opposed to 7 for this Lumsing mouse. The Lumsing mouse is actually labeled as a gaming mouse, but I label it as a performing mouse or a performance mouse because it doesn't have those gaming qualities. Yes, it has a DPI control or a switch, more so likely, but it just, compared to the Iconic gaming mouse, it feels similar. All right, it has 8 buttons instead of 7. All right, it has color changing. The DPI control on it is crazy. It actually has a higher DPI than the Lumsing mouse. On the box, it actually labels it as and as you can see here, a 7-button mouse, right? But as we counted in the actual video for the mouse, it actually has 8 buttons because the box, it considers both of the DPI plus and minus as 1 button, which is not, because they both have different functions. So it's 8 different buttons on this. You can change the color, you can turn the light on and off, which is crazy because there are gaming mouses just like the Level Up gaming mouse or the Bytech gaming mouse. You cannot turn the color off. You can't turn the LEDs off or the RGB lights off. You can only keep them on once you plug them up. But for this, you can actually turn on and off the RGB lights part. That is crazy. I like that feature. Of course, the Iconic gaming mouse, that is a modular DPI control because you can change the DPI depending on if you want more or if you want less. With the Lumsing mouse, it actually switches, so it's a DPI switcher, which it cycles through the DPI settings. So in my opinion, the Iconic gaming mouse is actually the best part of this bundle because it has the most features, it's more functional than the headset, because the headset you can't really change the colors. You just put it on, you plug it up, and you use it. That's it. Which all of these items in this combo kit use a plug and play style USB, which you just plug it in. That's all you have to do. No installing drivers or anything. All right. So moving on to the keyboard. The keyboard is kind of sort of a letdown because one of the things that I liked about the Level Up Pro Gaming keyboard was the fact that you can actually see the letters and the numbers and all the keys, right? But for this, you have this big, gigantic keyboard, but the backlights don't shine through the keys. You can't see. I don't know what it's called. I think it's called laser etch keys or keyboard keys or something like that. These are not. These are just like standard keyboard keys. All right. So moving on to, like, the quality of it is hefty. It feels durable. It feels like it's not made of cheap plastic. All right. Moving on to the RGB, right? It's not color changing. It labels it as color changing, but it does not change colors. Does it have any different color schemes like the Level Up Pro Gaming keyboard? No. Can you have a breathing pattern? No. You can change the brightness up and down. You can turn on and off the backlight for it, but that's about it. If it's a gaming keyboard, maybe have different color schemes, maybe have a breathing pattern, maybe have it where you can actually increase the breathing speed or decrease the breathing speed, like the Level Up Pro gaming keyboard. That is a gaming keyboard, but it's labeled as a gaming keyboard mainly because of the colors, right? There's no color changing on it. It's a static RGB type LED, right? Some people say LED and RGB is kind of sort of the same, but LEDs are static. RGBs, they change colors. This doesn't. It's not color changing. So that's pretty much about it for the review of just the rundown of everything in this box. My final review for this is going to be a quick and steady 3. All right, quick and steady 3. It's okay in terms of what you get, the quality that you get, right? The headphones have the metal brackets on the top. That's good. The headphones, they go over the ear, they feel heavy, they're sturdy. But at the same time, the audio quality is okay, and the audio levels is a little bit low, right? It could be higher. So there are some things that the headphones could improve on. There are some things that the keyboard can improve on. The mouse is beastly. All right, the mouse is beastly. If I had that mouse, or the Iconic mouse, in a wireless form, I would love that. That would definitely replace this Lumsing mouse. No questions asked. But that's pretty much about it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you happen to, make sure you slap a like on it. Make sure you share this with your friends. I always tell people, if you share it, it's free. You know, if you like it, it's free. If you watch the video, yes, you're spending time on it, but it's informational. So that's pretty much about it. Slap a like on the video. Make sure you subscribe for more content. More content coming soon. Make sure you turn on those post notifications right after you subscribe, so you're notified every single time I upload a video. But don't forget to be brilliant. Stay inspired. You guys know what it is. Yes. Oh, you know what it is. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.